All right. Here you can see the paneling on the side of it. You can see right here where the board's weathered. Whoops, sorry about that. You see where the board's weathered, there's a gap in there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave that or if I'm gonna try to redo those boards. But I think it looks good. Next step is make this side look like that side. There we go. All right, I think we're gonna cut it off here today. Next step will be putting the floor in and the back door. So I think that'll do it. As you can see from the last video, we've gotten the sidewalls done. And so now a couple of things we need to do. We're gonna start looking at the flooring, and let me get in here and show you. So we're using a 1x flooring, and this lip is 2 inches wide. So we're actually going to add a 1x stripping to the cross rails. That'll put the finished product flush with this. That way nobody will get their feet caught on this or trip over it as they're going in and out. The other thing that will allow us to do is give us a little more room up here, because we're going to put 2 water tanks up under the frame. So we've got to work on that. But before we get that done, I want to finish all the welding. And to do that, we need to get the back door done. So let's get started on that, and we'll see where that goes. To start the door, we started with just a metal frame. You've got angle iron. This would be the bottom of the door, the side here, and the upper area up here. Sorry about spinning around, is the upper area that is right there on the trailer. Now, if we were doing tubing, I could actually bend the tubing to match up with this radius here and here. But because we're using angle iron, I'm not really sure how to do that. So I don't have the equipment to do it. So what I came up with is we located this piece from side to side. So from this side to that side is 72 inches. The piece up here from here to here is 48 inches. So I marked the center point roughly about where that number is. There's a center line mark right there, and then there's a corresponding center line mark there. Sorry about the finger and the screen and the blurriness, y'all. I've got these brackets on each side that might be temporary. We may cut them back out, but they're keeping the height up because we're 12 and 3/4 inches from here to there. So right now these are acting as space holders, but they may get welded solid in. I don't know. We'll see how much rigidity it has once everything's tacked in. So like I said, I don't have the tooling to bend the angle iron without it oil canning and causing problems. We could come in and cut slices in it and form it that way, but then there's a ton of welding to fix that up. So came up with another option, and that is I went on the plasma table and I figured out what the radius was for the top of the door, and I cut this 1.5-inch strip, and it matches the radius on the trailer. So like I said, it matches the radius up here on the trailer. So yeah, that should work. When I cut this, I made it a little longer down here and up here so that I could fit it in. So it will slide. Let me see if I can do this one-handed. There we go. Oh. It'll slide in something like that. I'll mark it here and down here. I'll cut it off and I'll weld this to the angle here. That'll tie all of this in and give me a nice radius. Now, I didn't have any 1.5" stock like this. So again, we went to the plasma table and I cut these 1.5" stringers. So once, let me see if I can rearrange here. So once this is welded in, we'll come in here. Again, hard to do this one-handed. We weld those in, and that will follow the curve. We'll tack weld it all the way around to there. So let's get started and see how it works. As you can see, we got the door in, side panels, we got the shelf right there for the bar top to go in. Come around this side, still waiting on the window, but we do have the panels in down here.